How do? Good morning. Ian Watkins, as we will call him, ex-frontman for the Lost Prophets. Evil, monster, they're words I'd use for him. If you want to look him up, you can go and see the crimes he committed. Truly shocking. An absolute monster. So where did he end up? In prison. Like a lot of these people, the worst of the worst. HMP Wakefield. HMP Wakefield, also known as Monster Mansion. I worked with a few people who've gone there. Point and fact, Mark Bridger, horrible, worst person I ever worked with. Evil, I hated him. Hate's a very strong word, I did. I lived with him for 10 months. He went to Monster Mansion. Yeah, it was everything about him, his character. Somebody there, I believe he was a serial rapist, decided he didn't like him, Bridger, and he tried to kill him. Because some people make judgments on others, equally as bad, equally as evil crimes. So Mark Bridger, hopefully now, he's changed his name incidentally, he's living in fear. Because these people should, you know, the crimes they commit. So Watkins, yeah. Weekend just gone. 3 people. Again, knowing you, some of you will say heroes. I've taken him hostage. We've taken him off a wing into a cell, probably barricaded, and he's in there 6 hours. Screams could be heard coming from the cell. No shit. Beaten, and at some point he was stabbed in the neck. When staff eventually got him out, paramedics were performing life-saving treatment just outside the prison. Paramedics, like nurses and doctors, don't discriminate, do they? They try and save lives. There's nothing against them people. So what exactly will have happened? Once staff realise somebody's been taken hostage, I've heard this before, 2 different prisons, 2 different scenarios, but you'll be locking the jail down, the prison down. Somebody will contact the nationals. Nationals are prison officers who became CNR instructors, control and restraint instructors, and then they were chosen, selected to go to the nationals. Morning, you alright, mate? Come on, Stevie. I'll just go that way and then I won't put you on camera. They have vans, they have pyros, they have special equipment for opening cell doors, jacks. You know, you get them in, they'll open any cell door. Fireworks, big fireworks, pyrotechnics, flashbangs and the like to chuck in cells. I've seen the aftermath of pyros being thrown in cells. Way back in the day at Strangeways, they had a number of Cat A prisoners. When I say a number, a lot. On camera, they were dragging one out, and then another, and then another. Can't remember in total, over 10 flashbangs in, they'd all got burns. Yeah. The pyros and the like are there to disorient people. If somebody's not going to surrender, they'll chuck them in and the troops will then go in. All the riot gear on, helmets, shields, pads, the lot. So again, there's a hostage situation, the prison's been locked down. Gold Command Suite, if it still operates like that, will open in London. There'll be somebody there making decisions, liaising with HMP Wakefield. Immediately, what will happen? The prison will probably get some of its troops kitted up in riot gear. They will source a hostage negotiator. You know, that's a prison officer who's undertook some special course. Again, I know people who've been hostage negotiators. It's quite a tough course, quite challenging. And they'll be stood at the door. There might be a couple of them. It can be quite harrowing. If somebody's getting beaten or tortured, stabbed, or in the past, we've had lasses, female staff in cells, being sexually assaulted. That in itself is not a good place to be. However, it'd then be up to the nationals. They'd be looking at the situation. Come on, Stevie. It's about preserving life at the end of the day. But again, 6 hours is a long time. When they go in, like I say, flashbangs, pyros, depending on the state of Watkins, in the past, the people who've been taken hostage, as well as the hostage takers, have been seen hard, twisted up, restrained. Why would you do that to somebody who is a victim? It's because how they can react in that situation. And that includes prison officers. Prison officers have been taken hostage before. The riot teams have gone in and the prison officer has been restrained. Yeah? It's to protect the prison officer and other people. So these people at Monster Mansion, the sort of people he'll have been walking amongst, like I said, there's some horrendous criminals. The worst rapists, paedophiles, sex offenders and the like. But a lot of them people in there have nothing to do with sex offences, but they are violent people. Yeah? And they make judgments. Now it's reported in hospital, one of the Leeds hospitals. Life-saving treatment. Yeah? So if Watkins does survive, he's going to be traumatised. He'll be another one like Ian Huntley possibly then, who's going to be kept on protection for the rest of his life. The prison service can't do anything about that with these sorts. It's like Huntley. You know, it's like the duty of care. Would staff want Ian Huntley to be protected from the rest of the prison population? I doubt it very much. But like I say, rules, regs, prison service orders, prison service instructions, political aspects, it all comes into play. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm just going to show it is a beautiful morning. Stephen, parting shot as always. I'd like to thank everyone who supports the channel, the continued supportive community for me, people who come on the channel, guests past, present and future, people who support me on Patreon and people who bought me a brew. Al City.